A little bit of confusion today as to if the stock split, reverse split thing was happening, right? There was some very interesting, ambiguous email coming on here. It's from the Bionano IR alert here. There is no stock split going on, though. It is confirmed there's nothing that's nothing to worry about as far as reverse split or stock split or anything, so that's cleared up now. We did have a couple pieces of news today. The number one most important thing is actually not this. It's going to be the short interest data and short interest change on the day. We're going to go into this, and I'm going to try not to lose my head right now when I say this because it is absolutely insane. We now have, I mean, we've had a higher short interest than AMC for a while, but we now have a significantly higher short interest than AMC, up 5% or almost 6% on the day, 2 days in a row for the short interest. We're going to get into what that means. That's the biggest piece of the news today, along with some other good pieces of news, including this. So basically, we had a new presentation. This is the EACR thing that was going on from June 12th to June 15th, and finally got a presentation for this. I made it through about 4 minutes here. I stopped after that. Okay, usually there's something cool. Usually there's something cool in here. I did not see anything new at all. It's kind of just the same old, but I haven't watched all this yet, so maybe there's something in here I missed. I did look at all the slides and I didn't find anything new. Anyways, with that being said, that's a new presentation, right? June 15th, so relatively new right there. Anyways, that's something. And then we also have a couple new job listings that happened very recently. 1 day ago, we had the Human Resources Coordinator posted 1 day ago, and 109 views. You like to see it, man. Why would you need HR, the people who hire and fire and manage the employees, right? Why would you need that unless you're getting more people, expanding the business? Okay, you pair this with all the recent stuff. We got new CCO, new CBO, a ton of new listings here and on applications for people to fill out, right? They're expanding the business. That's as simple as it gets. There's no other way to say, okay, why else would they be hiring so many people? They're not firing that many people. They're not firing enough people to match how many they're hiring right now. So one factual interpretation is that, hey, the business is getting bigger. It's getting more work. It needs more work to be done. It needs more people to get that work done. That's one reason probably, 100%, why they're getting more people, or trying to at least, and they are getting more people, right? We saw two C-suite executives just added onto the roster this week and last week. We also had another 13F filing here, according to Fintel, and this little fund here, this institution, right? They sold a couple hundred shares. It's basically nothing. Okay, their average price is $6.25. They have 400 shares. I have 4 times as many shares as that, so I'm not really worried about that. Also, I want to go over a little bit more into this. Reddit, Always Right, Jason Smith's legendary Reddit post about transforming the prenatal and pediatric testing company. I want to explore the CLIA Lab proof a little bit more. Not that in depth, but I wanted to go over a little bit into that because there's not much news to talk about today. And then we've also got this guy right here, the Alexander something here, this doctor. Very pleased to speak at this event on identification of hidden structural variants with long-read sequencing and genome imaging. So that's going to be fun, and it's happening today, I guess. And if we click on the little hashtag here, there's nothing that's happened in the last, there's nothing that happened. So I'm assuming this has not happened yet. I'm assuming that this is going to be, it could be something to do with Bionano, right? We don't actually know for sure, but we do know that this doctor actually has done studies and presentations and stuff and talked about the Sapphire and used the Sapphire before in a few different ways, actually. So that is good to see. That's good to see. So we'll be looking after. There's not much else to talk about for this. So I'll just say there's maybe going to be some sort of announcement that this guy, they're going to be talking at this event here about the Sapphire. At this point, I'm sure many people are wondering, like, Brandon, why are you still going on about the short interest? Why does it matter? The stop price never does anything. You've been going on about a short squeeze potential for like weeks and it's never happened. Like, why are you still doing it? Well, I'm doing it because there's still a chance for it, and you got to be patient sometimes. Maybe don't write the chance off of something just because it hasn't happened immediately, right? And I would just also say the short interest, the increases in it are not negligible anymore. We're talking about 16.5% of the free float being sold short and not yet covered. We're looking at a 45 million current short interest, 45 million shares. That is way above. Remember that number, 45 million with an M. If you look at the last market date, actually, if you go down here, last settlement date is going to be 28th of May for the official NASDAQ short interest data, right? You're looking at 38 million shares. Okay, publication date was just recently, just like last week, right? It's the 17th right now. Publication date was the 9th of June. You're looking at roughly an increase of about 3 to 5% in the short interest, right? If you look at the shares outstanding of the short interest of that shares outstanding, 13.82, according to Ortex data, you're now looking at 16.38. Why does this matter, right? Dude, who cares? The short interest isn't enough. It's not enough to affect the stop price. Why do you think it is going to affect the stop price? I think it will, and I think it definitely will if the bull case happens, and we're going to get into the bull and bear case. But it is especially important that you understand why this is actually evidence for a short squeeze, because, and this is why. On May 28th, for example, right, we just talked last where it was 38 million shares short interest, according to Fintel, the official NASDAQ update, right, on the short interest, the share price was at $6.46, right, at best. These guys are already in the red. Most of those shorts already had their position established before that. Some of them are doubling down. Some of them are averaging up. Still, most of them are in the red. If the options and the volume tomorrow is going to get crazy like everybody is saying, I think it will. Okay, obviously, it should, right? Options are expiring. It typically gets crazy on days like today, days like tomorrow. There's a chance for something special to happen, I think. And it's because if we continue to go higher, if this really is going to be a breakout and a hitting of the price target set on this descending wedge, right, bullish chart pattern, right, this is how you draw the price target, this is one way at least. Go to the breakout, there you go, $9 price target, right? We already broke out of that. We're already getting reversal signs, okay? If the markets and the NASDAQ can break above all-time highs tomorrow, I don't want to give everybody's hopes up, right? And again, disclaimer, if you don't know what you're doing, you got to get out of here. This is not the right community for you. But for most people, maybe hodling through tomorrow is something that's worth the risk. Now, there is a bear case here, right? Bull case, I would say $10, $9, $8.50, $8. None of those are out of the question. Not at all. Now, I don't know what the chances are to hit them. I would be lying to you if I told you we were going to or not going to. No one knows what's going to happen. Let me break it to you. If you're a new trader, no one knows what the hell's going to happen for sure. But what I do know is this. If the stop price continues to rise these next few days, these next few weeks, with the markets breaking above all-time highs, potentially the NASDAQ specifically, high growth doing well, it could get parabolic. And here's why, right? I've already told you why, right? The short interest has already increased so much since we were at $4.30. These guys are already down 50%, right? Let's just say one scenario hits. Let's just say AMC starts squeezing, right? It's already squeezed a little bit. Short interest has already declined dramatically in AMC. Bionano now has a higher short interest in AMC. Let's say that a lot of the people in AMC shorting it are already down a lot from there, like a lot of them are. Some of them are all shorting Bionano too. Some of the whales, some of the institutions, right? And you maybe look at the filings and like, dude, there's not any similarities here. Well, let me tell you something, man. 53% of the volume is dark pools, my friends. So what does that tell you? A lot of the people, I'm telling you guys, a lot of the AMC shorters are shorting other high growth stocks like BNGO, right? Hype stock, meme stocks, right? Easy to short and burn to the ground, right? That's what they think because they don't do the research. They don't understand the sapphire, why it's better than the CMA, carrot type and fish, right? Once AMC squeezes or one of these stocks squeezes that they're also in, they are going to get that margin call, and they're not only going to have to sell one thing, they're going to have to sell several things. And if you're already in the red this much for Bionano, if you're looking at the freaking catalyst that we have next week, June 25th, Friday's close next week of the Russell 3000 edition reconstitution there, right? Millions of shares being bought. NASDAQ almost all-time highs. I mean, the bull case is looking awesome. Okay, that's why I say $10, $9 tomorrow if the bull case were to effectuate is very possible. I think it is. I really think it is. I could be totally wrong. I mean, technically, I can't be wrong, correct? Because I say it's possible. But let's talk about the bear case now. Bear case is that the NASDAQ forms a triple top, which it almost basically is, and that the shorts double down, right? Everybody's kind of, I've at least been wondering why the short interest has gone up so much. Maybe it's because the shorts know something we don't. Maybe it's because they are just, or maybe it's for, who knows why it is, but maybe they're going to be right. Maybe they are going to succeed in pushing this lower. They're going to make a lot of money. And knowing the shorts history, right, adding and doubling down when it goes higher, who's to say they won't just double down when it goes lower, right? When it goes higher, they double down. When it goes lower, they double down, right? That's what they did in the last downturn. Okay, they didn't stop holding their short positions when we were at 430. No, they're holding. They think this is going to go to zero, and if it doesn't, they may be screwed. Or at least if they don't push it down significantly, they may be screwed. But the bear case is that the shorts win short term. Okay, I know it's vague. I know it's like, Brandon, which way do you think is more likely? Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think the bull case is more likely, but I don't know when. I don't know if it's going to be tomorrow, but I do think one of these days, fundamentally, they're not going to be able to hold their shorts positions any longer. They're going to realize that they were wrong in their initial assessment of the company. With that being said, let's do some technical analysis. Descending wedge chart pattern here, I think it is. It's got pretty nice validations here, but the thing is, it's like, well, it was a descending triangle, and then we broke down, but then you just came right back up. That's what tells me it's a descending wedge here. If you're a little confused, you probably are if you don't know. Exactly. Basically, this was a horizontal line before, like this, right? That was your support, and then you broke it. So I do think this is more likely a descending wedge. Anyways, in any case, right? If it is a descending wedge where you broke out, your price starts way up here. If you look at the Bollinger Bands, the 4-hourly, you are above it. The 21 SMA is sitting at like what, 770? So that's going to be your support. Also, if you look at the SAR and the Supertrend, you have the bullish flip today on the SAR, which is great. That's the first sign of a reversal on the 4-hourly chart. Now, if you look at the daily, there is no reversal, right? You're in firmly bullish territory. You got supported by the SAR yesterday, and today we're just moving higher. So you love to see what you see on the daily chart is absolutely lovely. If we look at the weekly stochastic indicator here, there's not much change here. Okay, you're still in fairly bullish territory. Weekly RSI, you're looking not too bad, 57. You look at the daily RSI, relative strength index, right? You're not looking too bad either. You're looking at, what, 61 on the relative strength index, RSI 14K. That's not bad. What that means is we've got higher to go, right? From the technical standpoint, from the RSI standpoint at least. We're in firmly uptrend territory right now. You cannot coherently tell me we're in bearish territory right now from the technical standpoint. Of course, markets go down, Bionano is going to suffer, but still, 21 SMA, as long as we're above that, right? The middle Bollinger Band on the daily, right? Set to a deviation of 21 and 3 or 20 even. Okay, either one's pretty much fine. We're in bullish territory. Okay, that's as simple as it gets. Okay, we have not broken above it and confirmed the breakout since the downtrend started. We now have, and we've confirmed that, and we've been above it for like 3 trading weeks. So that's as simple as it gets. We're in uptrend territory. There's about 1,000 more indicators we can go over, right? Like usually, the usual spiel. But right now, I want to look at this right here, the CLIA Lab. I want to pair some. We're not doing a full in-depth analysis of this, but I just want to talk about the CLIA Lab job listings and why this is going to be huge, right? I mean, imagine that the San Diego Lab, filled with Sapphire 2.0, is running reimbursable laboratory-developed tests focused on prenatal pediatric testing, yada yada. Okay, it would be a huge market that we would be dipping our toe in, right? Why is this the case? Why is this for real? Why is it likely that a CLIA, like clinical laboratory improved amendment, certified lab in San Diego? Why is this actually going to happen? Well, one reason why is that we've got 1,000 listings here, right? Clinical laboratory scientist, CLIA Lab in San Diego. This is 3 weeks ago, and we've got these, and we've got several of these, right? If you just scroll down here, okay, here you go. Okay, that one could be it. If you scroll down a little more here, though, you have CLIA Lab research. What does it say? Data analyst, CLIA Services Lab, research associate, CLIA Lab, right? There's a couple of these, so you can see that they wouldn't be. I mean, I think it's fairly safe to say that there is some legitimacy to this post right here that he cited about the new, not that whole this right here. Sorry, yeah, this right here. This post right here. They want to open their own CLIA certified lab in San Diego. So once they do this, what does that mean? Pediatric market, prenatal, postnatal testing and screening with the Sapphire or with new products, right? That's what we're going to be looking at, right? And this is great to see. This is exactly what we want to see. When could this come? We don't know. That's what I would love. That's what I want to ask Eric, right? When is the CLIA Lab going to come out? Is it even in the works? Are they done with it? Are they just waiting to open it? Like, what's the deal? Why has the company not said anything about this? Anyways, with that being said, though, I'm going to leave you with that for today. There wasn't much crazy news today. The biggest thing is the short interest, and also I haven't talked about this yet for some reason. The options are expiring tomorrow. I guess most people know that at this point. We got huge. I guess I'll say that this is kind of new, right? Open interest has not decreased really at all, at least based on my memory, right? It's 15,000 out the money, $9 strike price, right? People are just holding these until expiration, right? Until tomorrow at the close, right? They're just hodling. They think that for one reason, okay, I don't know why they're doing it. For one reason or another, they're hodling. Once they expire, once they get those profits coming in, like all of the 12,000 open interest, 12,000 contracts for the $7 strike, right? They're going to be making a lot of money. So they're going to be making a lot of money, and then what are they going to do, right? A lot of them are going to throw it back into BNGO, most likely, okay? Now, there's 1,000 things that could happen tomorrow. It's going to be insanity, but nonetheless, it should be fun to watch. We're going to be streaming it. We're going to either suffer the corners together or burn the shorts together. And with that being said, I'll show you my portfolio, and then we'll be out of here, my friends. Nothing crazy today, but there's the portfolio. That's your full transparency, right? Only Bionano. There's the portfolio history, right? If bear ever makes fun of you, ask them what their percentage is in the last 5 months, because there is no long-term bear for BNGO in history that has made more profit than that. I don't do that to brag. I just do that to educate, my friends. With that being said, if you get offended, I don't give a shit. With that being said, thank you all so much. This is not finished, guys. I will see you all in the next one.